You straight up cuckooed that dude, bro. Oh my God.
You've got all your Charger gear on because
feeling fresh as hell.
Well, you guys better enjoy it. The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
On the move and throws and touchdown.
Do this together. Players, coaches, staff, fans, together we can create something truly special.
Stay tuned for some good content.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wool Dugson, with my buddy, Kev Huggin Duggan.
Hey, friendos.
Let's not forget Kyle the Coach Duggan.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. All right, folks. Plenty to talk about this episode. We got a big one for you. We've got ourselves a Craig experience, a reemergence of 3 Dougs, 1 dog.
Oh, shit.
Because you all loved it, and so we got to bring it back.
Oh.
And then we've got a hefty Ask Boltfam, so let's waste no time. Started off here at the top. This is something that we've all just been waiting for. We knew it was inevitable. It had to happen. And finally, it's official. The Chargers have officially signed second-round pick Tuli Tuipulotu. So, or Tuipulotu, probably.
Yeah.
Tuipulotu.
Probably.
I'm sure if I asked him, that's what he'd say. But finally done deal. He's signed. There's all of the NFL draft picks have been signed. We got nothing to worry about. There's no drama in that aspect, and
it is nice that that's not a thing anymore.
It's not.
There was 10 years ago. It's like, well, hopefully they agree to everything. Like, what?
Ever since Joey Bosa,
yeah,
Joey Bosa was the last one that we had that issue of just like,
right.
Wait, like we're playing games now, and he's not out.
You
there
haven't even
yet.
played a snap for us yet, and you're being a little sissy lala all of a sudden.
So I don't know if that was necessarily the case, but yeah, all of the guys are signed. There's no drama in that regard anymore. Tuli,
I'm excited to see Tuli in the preseason. I think he's one of the guys that I'm most excited for. I mean, he kind of wrecked house at USC, and people try to downplay the Pac-12 a little bit, but I mean, he's a young kid, 20 years old, 21 maybe now, and it's a big position of need. So I think it's going to be fun to see how he contributes in the preseason. That's one of the big names I'm excited to watch.
Big time.
Especially his production when he did in college. If he could bring a little bit of that over, I know it's better competition, but if he can do a little something, that's a great backup to what we have right now.
Yeah, he was one of college football's most dominant pass rushers in 2022, ranked 3rd in the nation with 12.5 sacks. And he added a pair of forced fumbles to become the only Trojan to top 11 sacks and force multiple fumbles in over 20 seasons. So, yeah, this guy should come out and just be hopefully explosive. That's the hope, obviously, transferring from college to professional and having guys, having some help around him. And hopefully we just see just an awesome season from this guy. And then recently there was an article from Bleacher Report, Timothy Rapp on Chargers Kellen Moore saying Justin Herbert has opened my eyes to some things.
I saw the sun
and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sky. Never gonna change you.
Now where do you belong? Ace of Base. Who would have thought that would come up on this podcast?
Moore's eyes have been opened.
Well, for those playing bingo at home, there it was. Fill in the spot. Here's the quote from Kellen Moore in that article. He said, yeah, there's some obvious stuff. The biggest thing is obviously his arm talent, but his combination of size, throwing ability, athleticism, I mean, there's only a few on earth that can have that combination and play at such a high level. It's really fun to see. I was a 6-foot kind of hanging on quarterback for 6 years. And I laugh. There's a few throws sometimes he makes that I say, I would never think about trying that throw, but here we are. It's opened my eyes to some things. So, I mean,
we all know it, but it's nice when new people come in and like, oh, wow, yeah, that's rad.
Well, you think about it, Kellen Moore hasn't, like, we played the Cowboys a couple times and he was at joint practices, but he wasn't watching Justin at all. He was with the Cowboys offense against the Chargers defense. So it's fun to hear people, no matter how many times we hear it, it's just fun to hear of how good Justin is.
Yeah.
And then hearing about him talking about his combination of size and athleticism, like let the guy run. Hopefully that's what he's alluding to, that he's going to get out of the pocket, have opportunities to run the ball a little bit. Because that's when he's dangerous, man. This is a long time ago. You go back to the Rose Bowl when he would just tore up everything, was when he was running the ball. It just makes it so much harder to defend when he can run a little bit, which he can.
Well, and it was kind of cool because we put together a cool video as a highlight on our Patreon of like, it was Rivers, Fouts, and him. And I went through all their highlights. Some of his best stuff is when he's running out of the pocket and he throws on the run. The stuff he does, and he didn't do much of that last year. They kept him in the pocket. They didn't let him, he was just couldn't get going. So if he can get moving, just seeing the way he throws when he's on the run is so fun to watch.
Yeah. And that's when he's best. So I'm sure we will see a lot more of that. And it's interesting, how Kellen Moore says that there's only a few people that can do that. When he says that, it's almost like I've never really seen very many people do that. And that probably includes the last quarterback that I had under my tutelage.
Yeah, for sure.
So awesome. Yeah. Can't wait to see what Kellen Moore has in store for Justin Herbert. Just like you can't wait to see what we have in store for you over at Patreon. Patreon.com/ChargerChat, folks. We've got some new names to shout out here. We've got Scott Kramer, Edwin Koss, and Jermaine Williams.
Welcome to the party, pals.
Over at Patreon.com/ChargerChat. Thank you guys so much for signing up. We've got a lot of fun videos. Kevin just mentioned one that he put together himself, folks, over at Patreon.com/ChargerChat. We've got all fun stuff going on over there. And if you join at the $10 level right now, I've seen a couple of people joining at $10. We've got these patches to send out. I'm seeing them land in the hot little hands of everybody else we've been sending them out to. So keep letting us know, folks, when you get them. And if you end up putting it on something, let us know. We want to see it. We want to share it with everybody else. And if you don't want to go to Patreon.com/ChargerChat, that's totally fine. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's fine. Hey, we're going to get through this. You can go on over to our regular website, ChargerChat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we got over there. T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. You can chat it up with other Charger Chatteteers in the member section and ask questions in Ask Boltfam. So go check out ChargerChat.com. All right, folks. You demanded this. You wanted this. You all came and said how freaking funny this segment was the last time we did it. Well, here comes part 2 of 3 Dougs, 1 dog.
Oh shit.
Get the ibuprofen. That's right, folks. It's time for another 3 Dougs, 1 dog.
Woof, woof.
Last episode was pretty funny, to say the least.
We found the allegiances. We'll just say that.
Well, I don't know that I've ever seen your dad laugh that hard, and it really made my day. I have to go back to it every now and then just to brighten my day, just to watch you laugh.
I have to take medication now. Thank you guys very much.
That's with your heart.
Appreciate it.
You popped his valve.
Hey,
Yeah.
It was inevitable.
if you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. So let's dive into this. So last time we did some what's most likely type scenarios, and we'll start off with one.
Kevin, you're full of
Yes.
it, man.
Whoa.
You froze.
Shots fired.
It's perfect when you talk some shit and you freeze. I love it.
All right. So this first scenario, last season, Derwin James had 2 interceptions. Asante Samuel had 2 interceptions as well, but in that postseason game had 3 interceptions. Now, Derwin James has never gotten more than 3 in a season. Who is most likely to up their interception next season? Is it Derwin James or Asante Samuel Jr.?
The answer is 7. 3 + 2 + 2 is 7.
What?
That's not the question.
Did you stop listening after he started?
No,
saying
he was
numbers?
doing a math equation, and then I put the numbers together in my head. I was like, I gotta say it. Sorry,
No,
can't help
he
it.
wasn't though.
I gave you my answer. Did you guys get it?
We did not.
No,
One more time.
you were
Totally
frozen.
froze.
From
You
the
didn't
top.
get it?
No.
None of
It would come on my best coach speak.
One more time.
Totally, yeah.
Bring
From
the same
top.
energy.
Asante Samuel.
Asante Samuel? And what's the reasoning?
Asante Samuel.
What's the reason
It's not
behind
going
it?
well.
He just has a nose. He has a nose
Yeah.
for the ball. He finds it. Derwin James likes to hit it, and Asante likes to pick it.
Okay.
So he just every place he's been, he knows how to be around the ball, and he good hands, gets the tips. He's just better at it.
3 in one game is pretty serious interception time.
That is, yeah.
That's next level stuff. So I concur.
I just think that Derwin James going from 2 to 3 is not that insane, right? You said his most in a season is 3.
The most he's ever had is 3, yeah.
So is he likely to get 4, or is Asante more likely to get 6? Is really the question, right?
I guess. I mean, more just like who's more likely to get more next season? Like not necessarily
more one than the other. I think Zahn is more likely to get more picks overall, just due to sheer volume of being thrown at more. Derwin hopefully is all over the place, and he's not just sitting up there at high safety, and he's in the box making plays on the run, so on and so forth. So I think Zahn, just due to sheer volume, is more likely to have more picks than Derwin this year.
Okay. Everybody came to a common ground. I like that. It's a good
Yeah,
way to
weird.
start
It
that
happens.
off.
It happens from time to time.
But to argue with my youngest son, who seems to think that having a cold and coming on the air is a good thing.
Wow.
What's happening here? I'm taking one for the team. I'm sucking it up and getting it done. I got my chicken soup.
He's gonna be. It's not the sheer volume. He's got the soap. He's got
Chicken soup for the soul.
Yeah.
Shout
He's
out to
gonna have more
Lourdes and
interceptions.
Escondido.
There you go.
He could have 50% less balls than Derwin. He's still gonna have more interceptions.
Whoa.
Wow.
It ain't gonna matter. He just does.
I like
Yeah,
it.
he's just.
All right, I flipped my answer. I'm going Derwin James then. Dad's
Just
so
there you go,
confident.
man.
Just on principle.
I'm going Vato. So take that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wasn't part. Kevin's just over here, freaking wild card.
Making up his own
numbers,
numbers.
saying guys not in the scenario. What's happening? Kevin?
Number 7.
7.
Yeah.
I did it. Got the final
Adam,
answer. 7.
Adam, I try to stay within the confines of your question.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Dave.
I appreciate the time
from now
that
on.
you put into the questions, and I try to answer them accordingly.
Sorry, not sorry.
All right. I'm used to it with Kevin. The second one here. As
7.
Stop it. As we all know, last year we started off with Dustin, the kick man Hopkins, until the one game against Denver where he suffered an injury to his hamstring and in-stepped Dicker the kicker. Now, if you've seen any of the most recent, like they just posted one today, videos from the Chargers, they've been doing, off-season social media, fun videos. Both Dustin Hopkins and Dicker the kicker have been like kind of in the spotlight. They're not just like focusing on one of the players, like both are making appearances in these videos. Does one kicker feel more likely to make the team over the other, or will the Chargers attempt to keep both with one of them on the practice squad?
I think they tried to keep him on the practice squad, but you can get signed off the practice squad pretty easy. So
Absolutely.
I think Hopkins is a 9-year vet, 8-year vet. Dad's trying to talk. He's just frozen.
He's frozen.
He looked like he was listening so
He was so long. He was so locked in.
No, that was just a frustrated because he knew he was frozen.
Internet.
Go, Dad, hurry while you're working.
Yeah, quick while your internet works. What do you think?
Yeah, I believe both ways. Both kickers are going to be great. Whatever you say.
Final
Once again,
answer.
you're pulled a Kevin there. You didn't answer the question.
What do you think I got it from?
I didn't hear the question.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you froze.
Got it.
No,
So-
I've been frozen for about 3 minutes now. So I'm going. I heard kickers.
So both Dustin and Dicker the kicker have been like prominently shown. Do you think one makes it over the other, or do you think the Chargers try to keep both with one of them on the practice squad?
No, one kicker.
One kicker, and which kicker is it going to be?
Dicker.
Okay.
The kicker, for sure.
Dicker.
Definitely got to be the Dicker.
Gotta
It's
be
just,
the Dicker.
he's just cheaper. He's just considerably cheaper, and he the same kind of output, and he kicks the balls out of the back of the end zone, which is what we all like to see.
I like the depth. I like it. Yeah, I like no returns.
Well, with the new rule, I don't know that there will be any returns, honestly. I don't know that it's really
It'll be
gonna matter.
really out of the back of the end zone, like really far.
Well, now,
Hitting
yes, it's a
fans
fair
out of the back of
catch.
the end zone.
You can fair catch
well, now
anywhere.
they can just fair catch it at the 5-10 yard line and
Right.
still get it at the 25.
Yeah.
So
Right.
kickoff's not even a play anymore.
So
Is
you
it-
definitely don't want to keep 2 players then if that's not even an
No.
issue anymore. It's just
It's just field goals.
It's just field
kick
goals, yeah.
PATs. I know Dicker had a good one season. It's just you're putting up Dicker, who had one good year, versus Dustin Hopkins, who's now working on 9 pretty solid years in the NFL. Now, you do pay him a little bit more, but we're talking like $2 million versus $900K. It's not
Right.
break the bank. We can't afford to turn on the lights at SoFi anymore. Type of money. So I think it's really going to come down to camp. It's just who's in better form at the time.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like Hopkins has been, obviously we finished the season with Dicker and he did great, but man, I was there for the Denver game in overtime where he was just
Kicked
hurling
his
his
leg
leg at
off.
the ball.
Yeah.
Like he had nothing left. He was just throwing it at it and hoping something happened. And that was a pretty cool showing. I thought Dave would be a little bit more, this guy's got guts. He plays through the
moxie.
issues. Yeah, not many kickers have it, and he seems to have it.
All right. All right. Well, we've come to the final question, and as we all know, this is where all the juice is made, and this is how we make our money. So, as we all know,
Hey, Adam, I get about 30 seconds of before I go into dark space
Okay.
again.
Pass quickly.
You got to make it.
all right, here we go. Here we go.
Snap it up. Make it snappy.
As we all know, Kevin and Kyle are both extremely competitive, especially when it comes to sports. Last episode, we found out Kevin thinks he reigns supreme when it comes to hockey, while Kyle thinks he would win when it comes to golf. Which would be more likely? Kevin beating Kyle in a game of golf, or Kyle beating Kevin in a game of ice hockey?
This is great.
This is a really good question.
So nice.
I was ready for the when I was calling my son's pussies on the Pop Warner field, and getting in trouble. And you come at me with a legit hypothetical question.
It's a
Come
good
on.
one. I'm sorry.
It's a brain scratcher. Let's go. What you got?
So Kevin on the golf course or Kyle on the hockey rink? Oh my gosh! Hey, you know what's scary?
I don't think it's that hard of an answer, Dad.
It's very-
You're trying to make Kevin feel good right now.
No.
By slowing down the answer.
Adam picked 2 sports that I'd had nothing to do with training you on.
I know,
So-
it's genius.
True. It's true.
It's the 2 worst sports I've ever seen, combined in a family from Southern California, and both of you picked them.
I never played that much golf growing up. It wasn't until like high school that I started playing a little bit of golf. And I
Well,
wasn't
that's
like
when you
on the
went-
golf team or
No, it's
just naturally
when you went
better than Kev at it.
It's when you went to the country club for the year.
Yeah.
Fancy boy.
That was different. Oh my gosh!
Just answer, dude. You know.
Am
the
I
answer.
supposed to
It's not
answer? I
hard.
thought they
Well,
had
all 3 of you.
No, this is just
I can
you.
only
This
assume
is
that
easy. Kyle, like getting on skates. I don't even know what that would look like. That's hilarious. Like,
What are you talking? I played hockey for like 4 years.
When you were
dumb-dumb.
like
on skates.
8.
I was like awesome too.
When was the last
Okay.
time you skated?
So
I don't
let's
know.
do this.
It was like
Adam,
this
Adam,
winter.
Yeah,
I went
when you were
took my son.
12.
yeah.
No,
I'm
this
good
winter
with
I
it.
took
I'm
my
good
son
with it.
skating.
I think both my sons are never going to be on the senior golf tour. So
No,
that's just a
Dad,
question. of
answer
who
the
practices
question.
most.
Loophole.
Hey, what I want to see is both of them playing hockey. I want to see Kevin in the goalie and Kyle taking shots at him
Ooh.
versus the other way around, which was what Kyle grew up with, was having pads.
Yeah, Kevin is only as good as I made him because I was his goalie at practice every single day in the front yard. So if you're any good at hockey, it's thanks to me, really. And it speaks to how good I am at goalie.
I'm shocked. I don't know what to say.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
blocked out
nothing.
again.
That's okay.
I totally blocked out. I think I can get better at golf. I don't think you're going to get better at hockey. I think
I
that's
want to
just
get
the
better
way.
at hockey.
Exactly. I want to get better at golf. So there's
Okay.
the answer.
You know
No,
what?
it's not the
Adam?
answer. Right now, today.
Yeah. Adam, I'll try to make this very fast. Am I on or am I blacked out?
You're
again? I
good.
can't
You're
tell
good.
anymore.
Let it rip.
Am I on it?
You're good.
All right.
It's in the computer.
2 choices. Two stories. Very
Yes.
fast with Kevin, when he was must have been Pee-wee. He came over to the sideline. Well, he didn't come over the sideline. He was laying on the ground, acting hurt. And he got
Softy.
a guy. Hey! He got stepped on.
Oh,
Some legitimate pain was involved, and I walked on the field, and he wanted to. I could see he kind of wanted
Quit.
to come out.
Yeah.
He-
I wanna quit. Not
he
nice.
wanted to come out. He
Kyle,
wanted to,
shut up.
I could kind of tell he wanted to come out.
Yeah.
So I looked at him and I just said, as only a dad of that generation can do. You can't
Suck
do
it
that
up,
anymore.
bitch.
Yeah, no, I just go, so what you're telling me is you don't want to play anymore. This is it. This is the last time
You're a quitter.
Kyle, shut up.
We froze. I gotta fill in the space here.
What a moment to freeze.
No. So anyway,
you're
so he
Yes.
doesn't. He looks at me and he's got this one tear in his eye because he wanted. You know, one of his boys.
You were making this
I've
so
got tears
dramatic.
in my eyes
Holy
right now.
shit.
No. I did. And he goes. No, Dad, I'll play. And he was
Grit.
so mad at me. He was so mad at me. It was the best.
Eeyore
thing I
over
ever
there on the
done for him.
sideline.
Yeah.
He was.
Okay,
Yeah. He was.
Boy.
Yeah, he was such a sweet kid. Kyle, we're playing in
Let's
a
hear it.
playoff game in Ramona.
Playoffs.
Not Ramona.
Kyle,
Escondido.
shut up. I hate you. Shut up.
Kevin's was like a scrimmage game against
Shut up.
Penasquitos.
No. Hey. Kevin's team set the bar for my next teams. You know, the Orange
Trailblazer.
set the bar. That was a high standard we set.
This episode's going really well for me.
I love
So,
that.
anyway, so
I know the story that he's about to
One
tell. and
singular tear. We got the whole
I
description.
know the story he's about to tell.
No.
I get absolutely lit up. In this
no. He's playing nose guard and center, very similar to his brother who played tackle and center. And he is all of a sudden I look out and I'm
different
going
story. I don't know this one.
I'm going, what the hell is he doing? I'm talking to the coach next to me. I think it was my dad, as a matter of fact. And I go, why is he putting his hand in the ground? Because you don't need to run a stance. You know, you put your fingers in the ground.
Yeah.
Knuckles or fingers.
Knuckles. He's got his paw on the ground, the palm of his hand, and that makes his 3-foot body even look smaller. and he's got his hand on the ground, and he can't get up. He can't even move. Yes, he's not hitting anybody. He's just laying there, and I am just absolutely furious. I call a timeout. What in the hell is the matter, Kyle? Get in a stance. He looks at me and he goes, I can't. And I go, then get off the field. Get off the field. So we come over to the sideline. Another coach, now Grandpa's got him.
Some
And
kind
Grandpa
coach
goes,
that cared about me.
Yeah. He calls me over. And I look and he's got
My fingers are like this big.
He's got his knuckles are about the size of mine. They're just swollen up off his palm of his hand. He's probably, I think we had it checked. He broke two of his knuckles.
My knuckle, yeah.
Oh my God.
And so I said, well, it doesn't mean you can just quit though. You just can't quit. You got to stay.
So they take, you know what they do? My dad does. He takes a hip pad,
knee pads.
The bottom of the hip pad had a little U on it. He sliced two of those off and sandwiched my finger, taped it up, and I was back out there lead blocker.
Yeah, he was.
To a victory.
How old were you?
This was fifth grade, sixth grade.
Fifth grade. They were eighth grade. He was playing with the eighth graders. It was the fifth graders and the eighth graders.
Different
man.
breed.
That was a great story for me.
Yeah,
I don't know why you decided to come on here and slam me so hard, Dad. Like
talk about how Kevin couldn't
from being
talk about how Kevin couldn't
like,
get his helmet off,
wanting to quit and like kind of hurt, and then like I have a single tear.
You hung in, you played angry the rest of the game, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, in your face.
It was great. We still talk about it to this day.
And it's great. And then there's always, the fact that you survived the helmet incident.
No, we're not talking about the helmet incident. We're not talking about this right now.
I'm more proud of you of that
lump on your forehead from that.
To have a grown man take his arm like a sledgehammer and try to knock the helmet on to make it fit.
Get on there.
My first football practice.
We only have mediums left. You're gonna make this fit.
My first football practice of all ever. I was 7 or 8, and our coach Jeff Ogden tries to put a medium helmet on my head, which is huge, and bam, jams my neck. I'm out
like
for a week
glove.
because I can't move my neck. Thanks for bringing that up.
No. You know how I hear about it? It's his first practice. I hear about it. I'm in Taiwan on a business trip, and my wife calls me and she goes, Dave, I know you're going to be a little disappointed, but I don't think this is going to be Kevin's game. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, well, he got hurt putting his helmet on.
So stupid.
So I come home. Hey, I come home furious. I come home just mad. I go to the practice. I go to the practice after Kevin
walks up and smack you.
I go to the practice. I watch the coach set up the first drill, and I called him over and I said, young man, if you run that drill again and my son gets hurt or he hurts in
frozen. Right at the threat, too. Money shot. Missed it. Right when the threat was about to be
delivered. Wait,
one more time.
No, wait, pick it up. We missed what you were gonna. How you're gonna beat this man? What did you say to him?
What did you say to the coach?
He's gone, guys. He's frozen. Good story.
No, come on.
We got to see how this finishes.
The audience is like on the edge of their seat, going like, "What did he say?"
No, I know. No, so because I'm thinking I'm squaring off with the coach. So what happens? He looks at me right in my face. He goes, "I'm so glad you want to help."
And that's when Dave Duggan.
And that's when you got hooked in.
Yep.
20 years of coaching later. More than that. 30 years of coaching later.
Yeah, now he's starting over with our nephew, my nephew's 9-year-old team. All right, you're back.
Okay, so
all right, continue.
So who's going to win? Is it Kevin or Kyle? I need an answer.
Yeah, the hockey versus golf thing. All that said, one word answer: Kyle or Kevin?
I'm gonna have to pay my bill because I can't handle it.
So who's going to win? Is it Kevin playing golf or Kyle playing hockey?
They both start with a K. You can do it, Dad. I believe in you.
I think he's making it freeze on purpose so he doesn't.
Yeah, he's like
he's avoiding the question.
This is gonna call. Could you just kind of put a music thing in here? Maybe that video you guys shot.
Oh sure,
we'll put some.
We'll figure it out. We'll fix it in post.
You're working. Just say a name.
Kevin or Kyle?
What am I saying a name for?
So is Kevin going to win at golf or is Kyle going to win at hockey?
Oh, so we've retroed now. Okay.
Quick answer.
You're gonna freeze again.
You're gonna freeze again. Is he? No, he's fake frozen. I can see the fan moving.
Yeah. We see the fan in the reflection.
See the shadow behind you.
Come on, David.
Cheater. Now you're frozen.
It's just such a non.
It's a.
Who's going to win of those two? I'd have to think that Kevin would have a better shot at.
I can't hear him.
I can hear him.
I think it's one of golf. I think so. Kevin golf, Kyle hockey. Kyle has a better shot at hockey. No, I don't know.
Well, that's been fun doing 3 dogs, 1 dog. We'll never do this segment ever again.
Yeah, we will. We'll be back.
Hey, let me tell you what.
It feels like sweet redemption from the broad segment last week.
We're gonna do two dogs, 2 Dougs on the next one. Wool Dog's dad's coming in here hot. He's frozen.
After your videos.
Yes.
No, I'm back.
He's back, baby.
After the videos you've been sending me, it's a tougher. You legitimately have done some mileage work on your golf game.
Here we go.
I practice every day.
He's trying to guilt the Lily.
I don't know how much you practice, but I just know your swing is legitimized.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
here's the thing. Hey, you know what? The answer was easy, Adam. You know what?
Yeah.
They can.
Oh, you could beat us both. You could beat us in everything.
Yeah.
Is that the answer? Easy
Final
answer.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go play basketball.
Let's
go.
Dad could definitely beat us in golf, both of us, but not hockey, dude. You couldn't even get on the ice. No way. No.
Dad, don't even try and think about it. It would murder you.
Broom hockey, tennis shoes.
That would be worse.
You would blow out your knees so quickly.
Yeah. Your femur
metal
is
now
gone.
anyway. I can't get hurt. I'm metal man.
Already blown everything
I'm
out.
iron knee.
That's right.
You have one knee that wouldn't get hurt. The rest of it.
Damn it, Adam. You know what, Adam? I want to question the questions. This
okay.
Week, damn it. You got to
Why don't you come up with your own questions?
Legitimately give good answers for.
You gave some great answers. There's
my God, I suck. Even when I'm on break all the time.
I concur.
We'll see it in the comments. Everybody's going to be like, best segment ever.
Yeah.
Love it. Don't take it away.
That's good.
Makes me more the villain anyways.
Yeah. All right.
God, you guys are just fueling this competitive energy.
I know.
So
I can't help
Yeah,
myself.
my last podcast.
Good for you. Get out there and start
you'll
shipping,
be back,
guys.
Dave.
Yeah, my last
Work on the internet for next
my
week.
last podcast, and it's all been under smoke and mirrors. I'm going to go pay my bill now.
There you go.
As you're
Go
freezing right now.
Go pay that internet bill for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. That's
San Diego.
Yes,
Do it.
let's go. That's another episode of 3 Dougs, 1 Dog with Kev, Kyle, and Papa Duggan.
Glitchy
Thank you for coming on
Glitchy
and
McDaverson.
giving me another headache from laughing so much. That was great.
Love you, Dad.
Love you, Dad.
Sucked,
Yeah,
but I love you.
I love you guys. Love you. Bye, man.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Yeah, love you. Bye.
Well, we learned a thing or two, didn't we?
I'd say we all did, Kevin included.
Kevin learned how to freeze without.
Love my oldest. Love my.
And I told
you cut
the
out a
coach,
lot.
Yeah, I don't know why he did me so dirty. I don't know. It was a great story. Don't get me wrong. I get it, but I don't know why he couldn't. There had to have been moments where Kyle wasn't so heroic that he could have brought up a broken hand still playing. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's cool and everything, but
Well, I saw how he
You
weaseled
could have
his way out
spiced
of
it up, you know.
Well,
like there's this element of storytelling that you can spice things up.
Sure.
Could have
Well,
been that he
that's-
didn't get stepped on. It was like he got launched in the air, did a front flip, landed on his back, wind knocked out of him. You okay, buddy? I'm okay, Dad. I'll get through it. I love this game.
I love this so much. Almost as much as I love you.
I'm going back in there for you, Papa.
Proud Papa.
Papa.
Well, he found a way to kind of weasel his way out of the last time when I asked, like, who would do better at the job.
He did.
Be, Kyle doing Kevin's job or Kevin doing Kyle's job. So this week, I wasn't going to let that happen. I was like, I need an answer, Dave. And he gave it.
Well,
so.
in all reality, my
Thanks,
job
Adam.
is not coaching for the last week or the last time we did this. My job is technically not coaching.
Well,
so
but yeah.
He did a workaround because if Kevin tried to do my job, that would be comical and the funniest thing that I think
that's what made him
I would
laugh
pay
so much.
millions of dollars for him to try to do my actual job.
I would pay $10 million to watch you on set.
I could easy, dude. I could
All right.
fake my way through Hollywood easy.
Start a GoFundMe here pretty soon.
Let's go.
All right. Well, thank you, Dave, for coming
Thanks,
on
Pops.
and
Love you,
giving
man.
me just a massive headache. Really appreciate that. Well, now it's time to go on to the next segment. You know him, you love him. It's the Craig Experience.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on in, man. Kick your feet up.
Oh,
Craig Experience.
hello there.
Make yourself at home. We got some stuff to talk about, right? Moving on.
Can't believe what they did to you, man. I kind of knew what to expect. Although I was hoping against hope that maybe they'd figure it out, but alas, 'twasn't meant to be. Oh, what's going on, y'all? Welcome. You got Craig in Texas. I'm back. Sorry I missed you last week. Was a little under the weather, but I'm here now. That's all that matters. So let's just do what we normally do and hop right into this newest edition of the Craig Experience. You know, actually, it's kind of perfect because the dude's symbol is a lightning bolt. For all you guys out there on the audio adventure, I'm holding up a Flash Funko Pop. And this is because I recently saw the movie. I'm a huge Flash fan. It's my favorite comic book superhero since a wee little one. And I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys if you haven't seen it. Just know that I was not a huge fan of the movie. I honestly could have stayed at home and waited the 2 or 3 weeks that it'll probably be before it's streaming because the numbers were that bad, and I'm sure it'll be out sometime in the next month, and pop my own popcorn, save the 60 some odd bucks I spent to go. The movies are ridiculous, man. Those prices, crackhead prices. It's kind of crazy. So again, I was not a huge fan of it. Ezra Miller as an actor, good actor. I have nothing against him. We're not going to delve into some of his personal exploits. That's another conversation for maybe a different podcast altogether. We're not going to broach that. But just his portrayal of the Flash. Never been a fan of it. Ever since the Justice League movies, the way he runs looks super goofy. The costume ain't quite costuming. I just went hoping above hope that they would figure it out, and they didn't. But, oh, by the way, just also really, really ironic here. So, at my desk are these three characters. I don't know what you're saying out there. Craig, you're holding the same character twice and Batman. Well, if you've seen the movie, then you know that's not true. Well, kind of, sort of not. But, without saying too much, when you go see it, if you see this afterwards, then it'll all make sense. If you've seen it already, you get exactly what I'm getting at. But this has literally been sitting at my desk for over a year and a half. So weird how that worked out. Now on to Chargers related news, more so. It's the off season, and pardon me. There's absolutely nothing to talk about because nothing's happening. No free agency signings. All of the same names are pretty much still out there on the market. We're about a month away from camp, so those guys will start signing leading up to camp or just before camp or during camp. You know how it goes. Same stuff year in and year out. And then no new news on the Justin Herbert contract, which will get done. So let's not worry about that. But that brings me to the centerpiece of today's conversation, which is Justin Herbert. You want to know why? Because it can be. And I'm going to do it because, yes, there are several trolls out there. And you know what? I respect it. I love a good troll. Hell, y'all know me. I get my troll on every once in a while. I'm very petty. You know all the monikers, Petty Pendergrass, all that stuff. It's your boy. You know how I get down. But then there are these other groups of people. You got homers for other teams who shall remain nameless. And then you got people who I think are just downright dumb. Either that or they got vision issues, which I get. I wear glasses, so more power to you. Do your thing. But even I could see, if I was a fan of another team, the greatness that is Justin Herbert. And the standards that you measure, a lot of these people measure Herbert up to, they don't hold their own QBs or others to the same. Or they don't really take context into consideration. And context is always key, folks. So go with me here. If you're a fan of this team, you know all these numbers. But for those of you out there that may not be familiar, let me run them down to you. So far in a 3-year career, 67% completion rating, a little over 14,000 yards passing, 94 TDs to 35 INTs, 96.2 career QBR. If you care about that stat, go through some rookie numbers. Not just rookie numbers, but rookie record numbers. Most passing TDs by a rookie QB with 31. Most total TDs by a rookie QB, 36. Most 300-yard passing games by a rookie QB, 8. Most completions by a rookie QB, 396. Most games with 3 touchdown passes by a rookie QB, 6. And most passing yards in his first 3 years. Now, this is now a culmination of all 3, with 13,056 yards, besting a one Peyton Manning. So check this out. My entire purpose for doing this is due to what I know many of you have seen on Twitter. That's right, the Glorious Bird app, where people get all their best, most well-informed opinions off. Sarcasm, by the way. With regard to Justin Herbert not being a top 10 quarterback. Now, though I'm almost certain this is a complete troll job, can't give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm learning that these days. There are really just some pretty idiotic folks out there. And just here to provide some more context because accuracy matters to me. Let's kind of talk about this whole not top 10 thing. Let's first chat about the service that several people subscribe to, even the NFL for some odd reason. Good old PFF. They have Justin ranked as the number 4 QB going into this year. And this is, in fact, the same PFF that refused to eat crow for 2 whole years with regard to how great of a QB Justin actually is. And even they came around. And you've got these folks out here that clearly still aren't willing to fall on their swords about it. So look, let's talk about all those accomplishments and records and what he had to persevere through. And then maybe it makes a little bit more sense, and then you can reassess this whole not top 10 thing if it's something you truly believe in. He recorded all of these stats and records from rookie year into the end of his 3rd year, having gone through 2 head coaches, 3 offensive coordinators, 1 who actually called plays for Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson. Yeah, that Calvin Johnson. And couldn't get that figured out. So you would argue that he kind of accomplished all of this in spite of these things. Now, that's not to mention having your wide receiving core experience a myriad of injuries, offensive line injuries, injuries of your own, ribs, labrum, kind of important stuff, especially when you're touching the ball every down on offense and you've got to throw it. But I digress. I know what this is about. It's about the wins thing. And you will never convince me that wins are a QB stat, especially not in a game where you can't hand the ball off to yourself, throw it to yourself 60 or 70 yards down the field, or 2 to 3, depending on your offensive coordinator. Can't block for yourself. You don't call defenses for bipolar defense. Listen, you can't put the weight of the team on that man's shoulders. You can't give him all that responsibility because you don't do it with other quarterbacks. It's this weird expectation of Justin Herbert to do things no other quarterbacks do, or that you're holding them to a standard that you don't do for others. It's weird the way that works out. He does like these ridiculous things that maybe only a handful of other QBs have ever done in the history of the game. And he's minimized somehow when the totality of everything doesn't work out in a team game. One that's heavily predicated on everyone doing their job. Strange. This whole narrative probably changes once the Chargers make a deep playoff run, at least going into this year, which is why it's super crucial, not just for him, but his head coach, of course, but this is about Justin. He leads the team to AFC Championship game, even gets them into a Super Bowl, then majority of this disappears. Maybe. There will still be your haters here and there, but all the people who actually count or that you care anything about what they say will probably be championing him if they aren't already. But that's it, man. And I just realized, super rude of me. It's probably because of that stupid movie. I'm gonna blame it. And didn't even say what's up to my CC brethren. The biggest of salutes. The rest of the Boltfam, all y'all out there, give me a pass. Take it easy on me. But till the next time, it's your boy, Mr. Bowganger Do Not Bang, aka TOP_FLYT3 over on Twitter. And yes, you can catch me on the Lightning Round podcast as well. But until the next one, maybe stay away from Twitter a little bit. And if you do, just ignore the idiots. In a few months, you'll be able to just kind of shove it up there, you-know-whats, and have a ball then. But until then, you'll just be annoyed if you're paying attention to anything that's going on right now. So just do yourself a favor, give it a break. But again, until the next one, y'all take it easy. Catch y'all later. And okay, love me, bye.
Well, Craig, I'm sorry that you were so disappointed with that movie that it just threw your game off from the get-go.
I know. I still haven't seen it yet, but now I'm like worried. I'm hesitant to go see it in theaters.
Well, I mean, that's
just good to go with the correct expectations.
Yeah,
you know?
keep it low,
Just-
and then maybe
yeah.
you get surprised.
Okay,
Right.
but
So,
yeah, okay.
But to the point of your rant there, Craig, I don't want to call it a rant. I don't want to diminish it, but yeah, dude, you're preaching to the choir, and I'm sure everybody listening just knows it can't all rest on Justin Herbert not going all the way and trying to say that he's not a top 10 QB. You're out of your mind.
It's ridiculous.
If you say that.
It's crazy. The big argument is you don't see top 10 quarterbacks lose when they're up by that much in the playoffs. They find a way to win.
The one that blows my mind is anybody that says Herbert regressed last year, which is just like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
First of all, did you not see game 2? Did you not see my man get hurt and then still find a way to make amazing passes?
I don't think they did. I don't think
they clearly did.
They did. They weren't paying attention like we were, and it's not their job to. But there's a clear reason why he still went off last season. He had a great season. For any other quarterback in the league, would have loved to have his numbers. So, so yeah.
With nobody around him, really,
and
without your
and his
top
shitty
2
rib.
receivers most of the time, without your left tackle, without a play caller that's going to work to your strengths most of the time. Like that was a tough year that he endured and still had great numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
To still put up numbers that best Peyton Manning's like in the 3 years that he's been playing. So it's you just got to ignore it sometimes.
It's just a matter of time, dude. Like I keep receipts, copy and paste, save these, bookmark these things, because I'm not a petty person, but there's a couple that I bookmarked that I cannot wait to go back to. I'm actually pretty excited about it. So game on.
Yeah. I mean, and don't give these people the time of day. Like, don't give them the views, don't give them the clicks, don't give them the comments, because that's all they look for sometimes. It's just attention, and it's not worth it. So Craig, thank you for another great Craig experience / movie review. That was a first, I think, nice. From Craig. It was fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now it's time to go on to the next segment. It is Ask Boltfam. I think we got 19 of these sons of bitches to get through. So
there's nothing going on. Where are
this is going to be. I've scrolled through something. This is going to be fun.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys. Go jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do. I wet myself in excitement.
Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are like totally appreciated.
Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
That's right, folks. Time for Ask Boltfam. We start off at the top with Mr. Pekar,
all right.
who asked the question. All right. He asked for an Adam Sandler, and God knows I can't do it. So here we go. Well, we know the offseason's here and that Herbert is the GOAT. The Raiders just sit around choking on something deep down in their throat. Russell Wilson's in conditioning, repeating, let's slide. And Lombardi visiting LA, and he's spouting off, let's hide. While Chief fans rot away deep down in the slammer, I'd be thinking of Derwin James dropping Kelsey like a hammer. We got QJ in round 1 and Tuli in round 2. With Dayon at linebacker, opposing offenses are through. We got Davis burning up round 4 and McFadden filling cups in round 5. It's great to be a Charger fan. It's great to be alive. Matlocks was in round 6 and he's coming for your soul. Then Max D in the 7th. At least his last name's cool. Y'all are great. You've made me laugh for the last 2 years. I can't wait for this season to start to get crazy with the bees. What is your hallmark sympathy card for the rest of the NFL when we win the Super Bowl this year? Bolt the F up, FTRK, love you, bye.
I love these, man. The effort needed to do a full poem like that. Hell yeah, dude.
That was great.
That was really, awesome. Really clever. Suck it. That's my card. Suck
I want to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Yeah, there you go. Conor McGregor. Yeah. Let's go.
I would have to say sorry for your loss.
And suck it.
And suck it. In parentheses. All right, Mr. Pekar, thank you. Dude. Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you for that. Let's move it on now to Kyle T, who asked the question.
Have you guys heard about Tom Grossi's 30 and 30 stadium tour? And if so, any plans to attend any of the grand finale events on the 30th? If you don't know, he's visiting all 30 NFL stadiums in 30 days and doing special events with fans at each one to try and raise money for St. Jude.
You brought this up maybe a month ago.
I know, yeah. We heard about this, and I tried to find some information, and I guess maybe if I don't listen to the show, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about Tom Grossi, I might even be pronouncing his name wrong.
Yeah.
So maybe there was more information on the podcast, but I didn't see any information like readily available as far as how to be a part of this. So if you know how to be a part of this, please let us know, because yeah, if we can be a part of it, I don't know that we can necessarily be at the stadium. I mean, Kyle's really the only one that can do it. And if you can hear the sniffles, you know that he's not doing so great right now. So I don't know if he'll be primed and ready to go on the 30th. But if there's a way that we can try to be a part of it via, stream or something.
It looks like it's for the month of June, so it's pretty much over.
Yeah. Well, that's ending. So he's visiting all the stadiums. And he's ending his tour on the 30th at SoFi Stadium. So I do know that much. I just don't know how to be a part of it. So if anybody knows how to be a part of it, let us know. We'll do what we can. But Kyle T, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Zachary Shelton.
Zach.
Who asked the question?
Zach Attack.
If you could have any actor portray you in a Charger Chat movie, who would you cast? I think Jack Black for Wolldog, Chris Evans for Kevin, and Leonardo DiCaprio for Kyle.
I'm very happy with that cast.
I like that.
I mean,
you got Jack Blacked.
You stop drilling, you hit oil. I don't know what else you can do.
I honestly...
I could maybe see like Chris Pratt coming in for honestly any of us. I think he would do great.
You could do like the down and dirty version, like not the best actor. Like we could do like the B movie version.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Sure.
Or the comedy version. Like who gets what's his name? The goofy laugh his voice of Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers.
Oh, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Kevin gets Seth Rogen.
Kevin gets Seth Rogen.
Yeah. I think I would get Bobby Moynihan from Saturday Night Live, and I think Kyle would get
Adam
who's
Sandler.
The guy on Ted Lasso?
Oh, he's A-list.
He's A-list.
Oh, Seth Rogen's A-list for sure.
Yeah, I guess we did comedy, not B-list.
I mean, either way,
the B-list.
Either way,
I like yours. Yours is the best cast.
Yeah, no,
there's nothing better than that. Yeah, Jack Black for Chris Evans. I love it. I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah, sign him up.
You had me at Chris.
Yeah.
All right, Zachary Shelton. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Crosby Stills and Nash. Kraz, who asks the question.
Certified Fresh. I think I see one here from a long time ago. No, he's episode 126.
Wow. All right. We're welcome back.
Welcome back. It's been a couple years. Let's ride.
2-part question. Did fan interaction drop after the embarrassing playoff last year? And do you think Moore becomes head coach if Staley shits the bed this year? Also, shout out diehard Bowl Club Central Valley. Woo!
Woo!
All right. 2 questions. Did the fan interaction drop off after the loss last year?
I think
a couple weeks.
Just off season.
It was
just the off season.
Yeah, number one, it's the off season. But number two, I think there was maybe a couple of weeks of let's lick our wounds and then we'll get back out there and
figure
show
out
our
what
faces.
life looks like now.
But I'm seeing diehards out there like interacting every day, so it doesn't seem that much of a drop off. If anything, it's the people that weren't full blown fans that aren't really engaging. But that doesn't mean they're not going to come back and
they'll be back.
Get excited when the football actually starts.
Exactly.
It takes a certain kind of crazy to be this into it when it's not happening. You know what I mean?
Right.
Welcome to the loony bin, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
And Moore becoming head coach if Staley shits the bed this year. I mean, I don't know of any situation where an offensive coordinator becomes head coach for the same team.
That would have to be like if we had the number 1 ranked offense and the 32nd ranked defense, and then there was like an implosion. But I don't see this happening. I really don't.
I think it could. I think you bring in. Yeah, I think we all know that Staley's kind of on the hot seat, right?
Sure.
Like we went all out and spent a lot of money His defense has looked pretty poor here in the last 2 years. Everyone knows he's on the hot seat with a poor performance. You bring in Kellen Moore, this young up and coming guy. He takes the job because he knows that. He knows there's an opportunity here potentially. Now he's not saying I'm going to go and throw the season so I can be the head coach.
Yeah.
But you take the job knowing that there's potential for upward movement. I think for sure there's an opportunity there, because one of the biggest knock on Coach Staley is that he's a defensive guy. You're gonna continually have turnover with Justin Herbert. If Kellen Moore does well, who's to say the Commander's job doesn't open up next year, head coach job? He goes and jumps at that.
Well, sure.
So I think it's very possible that if the Chargers don't live up to expectations, I think it's very possible that Moore gets promoted. If obviously they're now going to have a whole year of getting to know Kellen Moore,
right.
The ownership, the GM, they'll know who he is and what he's about and what he stands for. So yeah, I think for sure there's a possibility. I'm praying that's not the case and Staley is our coach for the next 20 years winning Super Bowls, but I think it's possible for sure.
I think it's more likely that, Moore becomes a head coach somewhere else after a year. Because I don't think Staley's going anywhere. Even, if he makes the playoffs again, even if we get in and maybe win one, I don't think you're not going to fire a playoff coach if you're a Charger organization, because we haven't been to the playoffs very much. And if we can go back to
if Staley shits the bed, that's winning a playoff game is not shitting the bed.
No. I'm jumping around what you were talking about. I just think it's more likely that Moore moves on. I just don't see us shitting the bed. Like a regression that severe, I think it's more likely that Moore would go, where our offense is going to be awesome and he's going to be primed to go take something else. So I see it more that way than the what you're
just choosing to refuse the shitting the bed season.
Yeah, I just don't think it's. I
just don't believe it. I just don't believe in it.
I guess you could say that. Yeah, f- that. Yeah. Nah, I just don't see it. We've gotten better each year under Staley. We just have. We had some.
You're just refusing the question. I reject this question.
I reject it
on the grounds that it might incriminate me.
But I just don't think we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna take a step back. I think this is a building up process, and we're just gonna keep going up. So
I agree. You just don't you reject it.
Yeah,
I reject it.
That's what I said. Setting booty traps.
All right. Well, Kraz, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to OM Run, who asked the question.
Do you think Herbert ever responded to a play call in the Lombardi era with a "what the f-" or wanted to? I ask about the pass because I don't think Kellen Moore will make so many bad play calls.
I think there's no doubt about it. In that playoff game, the jet sweep to Bandy, there was did you just call?
Everyone in the huddle probably said that.
Yeah, everyone looked at Bandy like, wait, what? And he's like, I don't know. Here we go. How do you not just change the play?
Bandy, who's Bandy? It's me.
It's me. Remember preseason?
Yeah, I remember me. Yeah, that was so stupid.
That was a what the heck is going on moment for the play calls for sure. I don't know how he didn't check out of that instantly, but there had to have been some WTF moments in the huddle.
For sure. And I don't think Kellen Moore will make so many. I think Kellen Moore, just based off of the way that Herbert's talked about Kellen, the way that Kellen's talked about Justin, they seem to be so on the same page that there really shouldn't be any WTF moments out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
Let's just hope that those carry over for the Broncos, because that'd be awesome if they run some jets.
They get a couple WTF moments.
Lombardi fits perfectly with Russell Wilson. That is his offense. Check downs, get the ball out quick, run the ball like that. They fit really well together, which is sucky and stupid. Lombardi just didn't fit with a guy that can throw the ball like Justin. You're not taking advantage of what you got.
That makes sense. All right. Well, there you go. OM Run, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Electronic Ground 3420.
Certified Fresh,
who asked the question.
When will we get another all-in?
They were all out of the editing suite after that last game, and they didn't bring us the final. Yeah. Well, I imagine they're going to be sitting on it waiting for. When did we get it last year? It was like the very first game, or it was. I think it was preseason. I think we started. It was like in August. We got our first one.
Yeah, I feel like it was maybe like near the end of the
training camp gets interesting. That's when you would start seeing it. So maybe like after the first week, you might see one. I guarantee you they have a shit ton of footage that they're going to tie in from what happened and build that up to where they're going. It's just clearly they weren't going to just dump all that on an episode that frankly most people wouldn't have watched.
Exactly.
Like if you think about it, like who really wanted to see the behind the scenes of that? Not many people did.
They didn't want to edit it. We didn't want to see it.
Just repurpose it, trim it down, do the best moments, and
revenge,
then moving
all
on.
in,
revenge
leading
season.
into the first week.
Spin it.
But that's exciting that we're like a little over a month away from getting
Some
all in
awesome
back.
Did you guys see
like
the
that.
Hard Knocks team is going to be this year?
No, who is
Did
it?
they announce it?
Yeah, it's the Jets.
Really? Wow.
They just announced it today, I think. Yeah, the Jets are going to get the Hard Knocks of Aaron Rodgers. And
Oh my God. Okay.
Wow.
I'm going to watch that. I'm absolutely watching that because that's going to be a shit show. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I remember seeing they didn't want to be a part of it. So
I'm going on an ayahuasca trip with
or his
Rodgers.
His sensory deprivation tank.
It's just a black
that'll make
screen
for
a
great
whole
TV.
episode. You just have subtitles.
I just want to see what the tank looks like. Like, what does he do? Like, I still don't understand all that.
Cannonball.
He's lost it.
All right. Electronic Ground 3420. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Daryl 21, who asked the question. Guys, the crickets are deafening, so I'm grasping at straws here. My question this week involves Haley Elwood, a queen. Do we know where she has been the last few months? I'm searching, and I can't find anything. I'm thinking she's been on vacation till training camp starts, and we'll see her beautiful return to our bolts because my heart, it feels empty. And if I have to see Lindsay Theory again, I'm going to blow chunks. This woman does not know our charges. Even Money Smith and Harry were on Friday's Chargers Weekly looking like they wanted to blurt out, hush, just stop talking. Until next week, fire up the raid. Kill them crickets because training camp is almost here. Okay, love you. Bye. I don't know.
Did you listen to that episode?
Her absence, but she's the Chargers podcast one.
Yeah, did you listen to the most recent one?
I listened to a little bit of it, probably half to 3/4.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I was surprised Lindsay Theory like kind of called out Justin Herbert the way she did. It was very non-Charger energy.
It was very like ESPN analyst, not Charger beat reporter.
Clearly,
usually the beat reporter kind of has the guy's back, trying to build rapport and relationships so that they can have conversations.
She basically said that Justin needs to step up and be more vocal, and he's probably the reason why they're not getting over the top. Like she was very critical, and I was sitting there listening. Like everyone else, no one was going. Like it was kind of a shocking kind of thing. And I was
even she afterwards, she's like, "You guys are probably gonna
hate me for this." Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of bumming me the out, Lindsay. Like
wow, it was a little bit. It was a little bit odd to hear on a Charger podcast.
That is surprising.
And like I said, it felt like a ESPN analyst take where you're trying to be neutral, watch it from the outside. You did blow a giant playoff lead. What's the one thing that's always been his critique? It's always been that he's not a vocal leader from the get-go.
But what was weird, though, she was doing it as an insider. So she's what I'm seeing is, and that's a very negative look at it. It's not an outsider's look at it.
She said, like, the guys will look around for someone to kind of take charge.
Yeah, the more we talk about it, the more I hated absolutely everything about it.
More like blow chunks that you agree with, Daryl.
I know I'm a homer and everything, but that I do remember that kind of pissing me off and being like, what is going on? Like,
wow.
Surprised.
Well, I mean, and to the question of like what happened to Haley Elwood, I mean, I looked at her Twitter. She hasn't really tweeted much of anything since the draft. So I don't know.
Vacay.
She must be on vacay.
Solid vacay. Yeah.
So it's the off season for her as well there, Daryl. And I guess we can't wait to get her back.
I think we're on the same page though with you. Kind of hear what you're saying. And somebody was scribbling. I don't know if you listen to that podcast. Somebody was like doodling the whole time. Did you hear that?
Stop.
You would have
criticizing
dude.
Justin Herbert.
No, you would have heard that, Adam, and you would have lost your mind because somebody was literally like scribbling notes right next to a microphone.
Kind of like when you go back to edit this and you hear all my sniffles.
That's exactly what it was for the whole episode. I was like, if Lindsay Theory is doing this, I can't stop it. And she even says I have to take notes all the time. So it was probably her. Sorry. I don't know why. I just had a moment of that.
Wow.
Sorry.
You got really worried.
I have no issues with Lindsay Theory. It just totally caught me off guard.
Sounds like it.
The energy.
Like we got a war.
I feel like I seem like a guy that got caught off guard, right? The energy is off guard
This
caught.
feels like a war is brewing between you and Lindsay right
Not
now.
at all.
Oh. Not what you want?
No, not even a little bit.
Okay, good.
All right. Daryl 21, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Ed Boyum, who asked the question. If you could draft any superhero from the Marvel Universe, who would it be? Assume they can't cheat. In other words, use powers that are too obvious, like flying or teleporting. My choices are either the Thing at defensive end, like just say he has a skin condition, or Spider-Man at QB or wide receiver. You know, he's got those spider senses. Also, peak off-season, lads.
I like this.
All right, so this is kind of interesting because you wouldn't just be like, oh, Superman, because he could fly. You have to pick somebody
or
who
Hulk,
could like,
because he could just
or Hulk. Yeah, you got to pick
everyone.
somebody who's like, they kind of like they just have an ability, but like,
I got it.
You know, yeah.
Mr. Incredible.
Okay,
that'd be easy. He looks like
It's not Marvel.
a football.
It's not Marvel, but I like your thinking.
I missed the Marvel. All right,
you're thinking. I like it.
Juices
I'm
are
gonna go
flowing.
back. Take
Juices are
two.
flowing.
Take two.
Yeah, take two.
All right, well, I'm gonna go with Thor because we pretty much already have Thor at quarterback,
Ooh,
and I feel like
that.
I feel like Thor would wreck house. Maybe like a linebacker Thor type of situation.
Yeah,
I think he would be effective. Funny, bring up morale in the locker room. Yeah, him and Diane. Is it Dayon? Dayon. Him and Dayon in the middle, just joking it up, having fun. Yeah, I'm gonna go Thor, middle linebacker.
I like that.
First pick.
Let's see.
Who else is there? Let's rattle off some names.
I would say Captain America probably would have an easy spot on there as well.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
I
know
don't
what
the
position.
one character I never really understood in Marvel, and maybe he'll be good at football is Hawkeye. Pretty useless guy. Maybe the accuracy,
Legolas.
something
His
like that.
accuracy might be pretty.
Maybe that's
rad,
good, but
though.
I just don't see like he's not.
He could be a
how's he gonna
kicker who never misses a field goal.
Maybe
Could be
that's
a
it.
kicker. That's
I'll
good.
I'll go Hawkeye.
There you go. All right.
You went from I don't get him to put him.
I
on
don't
the
get
field.
him to.
But I don't.
You know what?
I don't know where
Sign
you
him.
could put him. Honestly, in any context
Killing
of
me
any
over here.
kind of hypothetical question, I don't know where you put Hawkeye. He's useless.
Kicker,
I like the
field goals.
Spider-Man with the Spidey senses. It's a little unseen, but he can anticipate.
It's like a
throws.
Stroll's energy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
Peak
Ed
off
Boyum.
season. The answer there. You
Peak
go.
off season.
Ed Boyum, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Surreal P,
Certified fresh.
who asked the question. Are the Chargers cursed?
I hope not.
Yeah, geez.
I'm beginning to think that any team that I like is cursed. In all honesty,
Padres suck so
I mean,
hard
the
right
Padres have one of the greatest lineups in baseball, and they suck so
Suck
bad right now.
so hard.
Oh, man.
They lost 2 or 3 to the Nationals over the weekend, and I just want to go and cry. The Chargers have a great lineup potential every year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we just lean into the curse and we'll break it, like the Red Sox did.
Yeah.
Ooh,
They just leaned into
interesting.
the curse of the Bambino, and eventually it was broken. Maybe we need to find ways to break the curse instead of saying there is no curse.
How do you deal with like haunted cursed things? You got to get an exorcist. You
Maybe
got to
we
really
go to the games in like full exorcism priest outfits from now
the
on.
power of Christ repels you. The
We have
power of
holy
Christ
water.
repels you.
Yeah.
We're lighting sage, trying to smudge everything out.
I'll take whatever.
I think
whatever I
it's worth
need
a
to
shot,
do.
dude. We might be cursed. I don't know.
It's worth a shot. Let's give it a go. All right. Well, there you go. Surreal Pete. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to High Voltage, who asked the question. What is with the other Chargers podcasters and the puny 11-6 regular season predictions? Can you tell these girly men that we're going 17-0? Some call us crazy to predict an undefeated season.
They say our brain must have a tumor. It's not a tumor. Our quarterback is stronger than the T-1000, and his throws are as sexy as Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies. And to anybody afraid of the Chiefs, if it bleeds, we can kill it. Now let's kick some ice. Okay, love you, bye. P.S. Besides the Terminators, what's your favorite Arnold movie?
All right, favorite Arnold movie.
Besides Terminator.
Besides Terminator.
Mine's the most nostalgic that I watched a lot as a kid. And it was Jingle All the Way, the Christmas movie where he's trying to get the toy for his kid.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. It's a really good movie.
Another movie that I enjoyed a lot as a young child is Predator. That's my favorite.
It's where you learn how to be tough on the football field, right?
Oh, shut your fucking mouth.
That's what you look up to.
I hate you so much.
Telling Dad, I'm Arnold. I can do it. I'm going to beat those predators.
I'll be back.
I hate you.
I'll be back.
Predator final answer.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think of one that...
Commando?
No, I would say like I'd have
Seem
an
like
affinity
a kindergarten
for...
cop guy.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I'd probably say Total Recall.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that was a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun visuals in that movie.
That movie's badass.
Yeah, that movie rocks. So there you go. Total Recall. Final answer.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. High Voltage. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Long Jumping Team 900.
Certified Fresh.
Who asked the question? What undrafted free agents are you the most excited to see the potential of / watch in the preseason?
Yeah, I think Gerard Clark, he's such a monster and he's so freak athletic. Like the fact that he wasn't drafted is pretty crazy to me.
It's a small school thing.
And that's absolutely a guy that the Chargers pick up and it becomes like a starter. You know, he has that kind of Charger vibe about him that, he's smaller school, kind of the Austin Eckler thing where you have at least one of those a year. And I think if that makes the most sense for what we need right now. We don't really need a ton of wide receivers. We've already loaded up on that, but I think stopping the run, if this guy can be a stud, I think I'm excited to see what he's able to do.
Yeah. I mean, I would, part of me wants to say, a wide receiver, but I mean, we're so stacked at wide receiver right now that it's almost like, it'd be fun to watch, but it would be like, I mean, we're never going to use them.
Yeah.
Right.
And then those are the famous last words.
With the injuries from last year, I mean, like your practice squad guys got a shot at playing. So
right.
Pokey Wilson has a good, I mean, and that's what you're watching in the preseason, right? Keenan's not going to play. Mike's not going to play. So those are the guys that you're going to watch. So I think it'll be fun to see who kind of steps up a little bit.
There will be. And I think the other one too that might be fun is the Elijah Dotson, the running back out of North Colorado. I think that could be fun too. And Tyler Hoosman, who's also a running back. So I'd be curious to see if there's any running backs that kind of show a bit of a spark, just because we know Austin Eckler's the guy. We know that we drafted Isaiah Spiller, and we know that we've seen some, positive stuff out of
Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly. I couldn't think of his freaking name.
Yeah. It's all right. Happens to the best of us.
Really. So I'd be curious to see if there's other running backs that might show some flash in the way that Austin Eckler showed flash from his playing time as an undrafted free agent as well. So,
and it'll be interesting this year too, because you're going to see them in all the games. So you're going to see the guys rise to the top. It's going to be easier to see like who they really are interested in, because they're going to get a lot more playing time, I think, and they want to get more looks.
I changed my answer.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, they're undrafted. It's undrafted free agent. Never mind. I was going to say Max Duncan. I'm honestly really excited to see what he does.
It'll be fun to watch.
Preseason. But he's not an undrafted free agent.
7th round counts.
All right. Long Jumping Team 900. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Trick 1994.
Certified Fresh.
Who asked the question?
With Moore being the offensive coordinator, what are the odds that Quentin Johnston wins Rookie of the Year?
I want to say high, but with how many weapons we have in our offense, it's going to be he's going to have to be something special to win Rookie of the Year, just because he's not going to get enough looks as some of these guys drafted in the first round or second round that like are on a team that absolutely needs them, and they're 1 or 2 as opposed to 3. So if this could happen, hell yeah. But I think the odds are pretty low in terms of just how many weapons Kellen Moore.
And we know that
call.
Justin spreads out so much. Like he doesn't have a guy that he just always goes to. Keenan seems to be that guy on third down a lot, but the workload is really spread out generally. So I think it's going to be pretty hard for Quentin to win.
And maybe it's touchdowns. Maybe he just goes crazy on touchdowns and he's always hoping. That could be. I just don't think it's going to be a ton of yardage. It could be points though.
Yeah, I think the one thing that Quentin Johnston has going for him is not having a lot of, tape as far as in NFL. And everybody knows what Mike Williams and Keenan Allen can do. And at this point, they know what Josh Palmer can do as well. So they might not have the top blockers, on Quentin Johnston. And he might just have an opportunity to get open because he is speedy. He's tall. He can get open. So he might become a favorite target for Justin. So if that's the case, then yeah. It's a possibility, especially with Kellen Moore being the offensive coordinator, and he's very pass heavy, as we've come to find out. So is it possible? Yeah, sure. Is it likely? Probably not. But hey, like Kevin said, if it happens,
that'd be rad. We're in good shape if he's getting Rookie of the Year.
That would be amazing.
Not really. That means we got injuries and stuff, though.
Or it doesn't. Why do you got to go negative? It could just be he's really great. With
maybe
everyone
Keenan
healthy.
Allen and Mike Williams just getting blocked all the time.
They're just jump balling it all day long.
Yeah, it's just, he finds a way to get open and stuff like that. I don't know.
Hater.
All right, Trick 1994, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Coltman 21.
I'm going to do a tentative certified fresh. I'll do some research, see you on the other side.
Fast forward and we're halfway through the season. What's the Chargers record? Who are the biggest standout or surprise players? And what areas still need to be addressed? What's an acceptable record for Staley to not be in the hot seat?
It's a good question.
All right.
Acceptable record.
What's the Chargers record?
8-0.
Yep. Easy.
8-0, 9-0, depending on how you want to see halfway through.
Biggest standout or surprise players?
Josh Kelly.
That'd be cool. I like that. Or Spiller. Either one of those guys I'm excited for to stand out, because we need somebody the following year. So one of those guys, please stand out.
Yeah.
Or a
the real Slim Shady, please stand up, please.
Yeah.
I would love to see it's Matlock. I would love to see Matlock come in and take a few souls halfway through the season.
I'm just excited for whatever celebration he comes up with. It feels like it's going to be like just kind of scary.
Well thought out.
Yeah. Or not even just not a vicious or not even thinking about it. It's just War Daddy,
Yeah. Okay. And what areas still need to be addressed? Nothing.
The secondary.
8-0.
I think the secondary, like just a safety, a depth spot. I don't think it needs to be a giant name. John Johnson would be awesome. And he's still sitting around. So, but some depth at safety, I think.
You think at halfway through the season? He's saying at halfway through the season. What do you think? What player and what areas still need to be addressed?
I think it's going to be injury dependent.
That's true. Yeah. And an acceptable record for Staley to not be in the hot seat.
5-3.
Yeah, over 5. He's going to be on the hot seat till the season's over. At least in the media.
Yeah.
The question is, who is he in the hot seat with?
8-0, he's not on the hot seat.
Yeah, who is he in the hot seat with? Is it the organization or is it with the stupid news channels?
Yeah.
So I think if he's, what are we looking at? 8. I think if he's 5-3, he's okay. Because I think at that point we went through a lot of the tougher games we have at the beginning of the season, and we're 5-3.
But that puts you at 10-6. 10-6, 11-6 type of, which is what we were last year. So I think for him not to get media attention as being on the hot seat, he needs to be 6-2. I changed my answer. I think 6-2.
Okay.
He's not like on the hot seat, coaches type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
But it won't matter because we'll be 8-0.
It'll be a no.
Coltman 21, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Swipa Graphics.
Swiping, no swiping.
Who asked the question?
Oi, you lot! Got another question this week for the Ask Boltfam section. Who is you guys' breakout player? Last year was Valto, Trey Pipkins, and the fucking snake Drew Tranquil. The year before was Mike Williams, you could say. And in Herbert's rookie year, you could say Tyron Johnson. I personally think Alohi Gilman is the most likely fellow, followed by Jasir Taylor, especially if he's on returns, and he was lethal back at Wake Forest, let me tell you. Anyways, I've been loving this podcast since someone told me about you lot, and they were on a Fan Focus episode. I'll let you guess who before I ask Kevin to be on it when I move into my apartment. F the goddamn Raiders, family, trust, respect, and hey, love you, boy.
Fan Focus from Oregon? Okay, let's go. I'm in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Sign us
done.
up.
Just let me know when.
Done deal.
Sign me up.
All right. Well, who
Breakout
is
player.
the breakout player?
I'm going to go. It's probably not going to happen, but I would love to see this guy break out just 'cause I like him a lot. Is Donald Parham. I think the tight end position is kind of open right now, and it kind of whoever can stay the healthiest is going to be. It's going to be an important position for us, and he's a better run blocker than Everett. It's close there, but I think he could be just a problem down the field when you got Johnson, Mike Williams, those three guys. Like, what are you going to do? So I kind of hoping if he has a breakout season, that would be really great for our offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
How about you, Kyle?
I'm gonna stick with Josh Kelly. I really think that he improved a lot from season 1 to season 2.
Yeah,
he got stronger. Kind of realized what his running ability is and his style what needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna fit really well with what Kellen Moore likes to do. I think he fits that Zeke kind of running style where it's a little bit more downhill, less side to side. I don't know. I think Josh Kelly is going to have a big season, and we really, really need him to.
Yeah.
I think the running back spot, one of those guys is going to break out just out of necessity.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I'm going to stick with Matlock. I feel like just watching his tape again from when we
You're
drafted
such a Boise homer, dude.
Listen, hey, when you see a defensive guy go and make a touchdown, I'm all for it. Like, wait a minute. I thought this was a defensive guy. Why is he catching touchdowns?
Yeah.
So I think that there could be maybe some trickery. Maybe. I mean, granted, when he's out there, you're like, probably got to throw it to him.
Yeah, that's so weird.
But hey, maybe it's a wild card, smoke screen. Oh, you think I'm going to throw it to him? But there's Quentin Johnson over there. Boom. Touchdown. All right. And I would just want to see it. Like, I just want to see the guy. He seems awesome. I think he would be fun to watch, and I think he would have some great big plays. So I'd love for him to be the breakout player. So there you go. Swiper Graphics, thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Zach, who asked the question. Is this the season going to determine who stays and who goes between Mike and Keenan, or do you think they have already made the decision to replace Mike with QJ? No, I don't hate Mike, but it seems pretty clear who they were shooting to replace with QJ, or I imagine Zay would be here right now. All right, well,
Certified fresh. My apologies.
Yeah.
Zach is generic enough that we've had a few Zachs, but 619 Jive Turkey. That's
Jive
certified
Turkey.
fresh.
Well, it's understandable because we know that both Mike and Keenan are going to just have huge contracts.
Giant
now,
cap hits,
they could always figure out a way to make it work, moving numbers around and stuff like that somehow they're able to keep both. But it does seem like with Justin's contract on the horizon that there's a good chance we might not have
can't
one
have
or
everything.
Potentially both.
You can't have everything.
Can't have everything.
Yeah. Well, you can't have it all. Where would you put it?
It feels like Keenan, just due to age, is going to be the one that ends up being gone after the season.
Mm-hmm.
It almost feels inevitable, regardless of what happens on the field. If you're reading the tea leaves, right? Just with the guys that they brought in, I think 2 years ago they drafted Josh Palmer as the hopeful replacement of Keenan, and now they're picking up Quentin as the heir apparent to Mike Williams down the road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you give Mike that big contract and then 2 years later you cut him.
Yeah.
So I think Mike will be on the team throughout his contract, but I think Keenan, that is a big hit for a 32-year-old wide receiver.
Yeah.
Next year in the 30s, is it like $30 million or something like that?
There,
that he's gonna hit? That's insane for one guy. So it sucks. I don't want to say that.
Right.
But it feels like that's just what is going to happen.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely. It just makes me sad though, because he's like one of 2 remaining San Diego Chargers. So
right.
Yeah, wasn't he the last San Diego Charger?
Joey and him.
Him and Joey.
Joey had 1 year.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, hey, we might get surprised and somehow they figure out some magical way to keep both. But I would rather just wait and see than figuring out who's going before the season even
I'm just going to enjoy them this year.
Enjoy this season. I recommend that to everyone.
Enjoy this, please.
Enjoy this.
Zach, thank you for asking the question.
What is it in Saving Prep, Ryan? Earn this. Like that. That's the energy. Like, enjoy this.
Yes.
The Adam Sandler and Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Never leave.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to go to high school.
Zach, thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to the K-Man.
All right.
Who asked the question?
What are the chances the Chargers sign a free agent or 2 after training camps begin and they see exactly what they have for the season? I know cap space is dear along with Herbie's pending contract, but thanks. I love you all. Bye.
All right. That's certainly possible. Yeah.
Chances are high. I think you always see shuffling.
There's a lot of guys that are out there right now. I'm just like pulling up the list right now. It's like
a lot of free agents.
A massive amount
Big
of people.
Names too.
And I think the odds that we maybe pick up 1 or 2, depending on how the first week of training camp shakes out, I think that's going to be realistic. And who knows? I don't want to say it, but the injury might happen or something, and that could happen before the season starts as well. So
there could always be surprise cuts too of like, whoa, I didn't think we would get rid of that guy. But
yeah, do the practice squad shuffle.
Yeah.
You know?
Never know.
Do the shuffle. Practice squad shuffle. Hey. Macarena.
K-Man, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to XX Kevon, who asked the question. Hey, what player is under the most pressure to be great this year? Mine is Alohi Gilman. We need him to be our Earl Thomas to our Legion of Boom, or should I say the Legion of Lightning? Hey, yeah, I'm gonna try to be a different name anyway. FTR and K, love you. Bye.
I think the most pressure, if you really look at it, is Justin Herbert. Like, that's hands down the most pressure on the entire team. I think it's pressure that he's gotten used to, but hands down, that's my answer. It's like, if he's good, we could go pretty much anywhere. But I do see the Alohi Gilman. Like, that's just a need. You need him to be good. Like, that's a really high pressure one too.
I mean,
I can't do anything. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, it feels like any of these guys that have a high dollar contract. So, I mean, you could say Joey Bosa, you could say Derwin James, you could say Khalil Mack, you could say, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, anybody that's, got a big dollar amount hanging on their contract. It's like, that's the pressure, because there's a good chance.
Earn this.
You got to earn this.
There's a good chance that, like, if you don't put up and we've spent all this money, that like we can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this kind of spending money on players that don't necessarily produce to the same level that we expect them to with the amount of money that we're giving them. So
sure.
I would say those guys probably have the most pressure. Now, whether or not they feel it, that's a different story. But I think from a fan's perspective, that would be it.
Yeah, it feels like Alohi is like the squeaky wheel right now that has the most pressure to step up. Because like, I don't know, I have expectations that Joey is going to be really good when he's healthy.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think but Alohi, it's like we need you to step up from what you have been doing. Like, you had a good season last year, but we need you to step up. That pressure to get better, I think, is the most for Alohi. If the other guys just do what they're supposed to do, what they've done, we'll be in good shape. But there's a lot of pressure for Alohi to step up and be better.
That's a good point. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. XX Kevon, thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Cerberus21, who asked the question.
As a man who just ventured deep into the heart of enemy territory, I want to share with my mates some tips and tricks to survive and even thrive in Sid City.
There are more signs and posters telling you how great Raider Nation is than there are actual Raider fans. If a Raider fan comments on the Chargers' playoff loss, just respond by asking them who's going to be playing quarterback this year for the Raiders.
Nice.
Thunder Down Under sounds like a great show about life in the Outback. It is not. It's just a bunch of blokes with their shirts off, grinding on every inanimate object in sight. Stadium Swim is a massive pool party with over 10 pools, 5 bars, tables to gamble, a DJ blast, and bangers only, and a 480-inch mega screen TV that plays all sports at all times. College, World Series, National Soccer, MLB, and even USFL football. I will definitely be coming here when the NFL season comes to watch Justin Herbert on a screen worthy of his greatness. You are guaranteed to lose a fight against the Excalibur security guards. My question: is there some contingency of Charger fans going to the Thursday night Raiders game in Vegas? My usual mates can't make it since it's a weekday, and their wives have them whipped harder than Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones 5. I'm looking for some ollies that are ready to show Vegas who's daddy.
Man, you have pitched a good time. I need to look at my calendar. If you're fighting Excalibur security guards, you're hanging out in pools with gambling and bangers. There's Thunder Down Under. What more could you want?
It'd be great for the Patreon.
Yeah, talk about that video. That'd be
Kevin
dope.
fighting some Excalibur security guards.
I'm not going to agree to Charger Chat funds being used for that, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's coming out of personal savings.
Patreon funds will not be used for bail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We have a Die Hard Bolt Club. Cat.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
there's the Die Hard Bolt Club in Vegas. They surely will.
The
be
Broads
going.
will probably be there.
Oh, for sure.
There's always people representing. Show up to the parking lot. Look for the cool colors, and you'll find the tailgate.
Yeah, I would say the best thing absolutely to do would be hit up the Die Hard Bowl Club Vegas, because they have watch parties. They do all the stuff. I don't know if you're going to go to the game or if you want to have like a fun watch party. I think they do both. So definitely reach out to them for sure.
Big time. Yeah. And with I'm really curious to see what the Raider fan turnout is going to be with Jimmy G as their quarterback. Like,
if he is, he might not
and if
even
he
be
is,
there.
yeah, exactly. So I'd be really curious to see what the fan turnout's going to be. But Cerberus21, thank you for asking the question.
Thanks, brother. Great question.
Let's move on now to Athir Kadir, who asked the question. Well, Doug, my baby, my love, I got a question for Coach and Kevin, baby. Chargers in Super Bowl. Tie game. A minute 23 in game. 4th and goal. You kick a field goal or take the lead to go for it, baby. I'm taking the field goal and trust my defense. Let's hear my guys. Love you, my boys. Herbert, MVP. Let's ride, baby.
Okay, so this is like we're down 1 or 2.
No, we're tied.
Kick a field goal.
Tie game.
It says you
tie
kick,
game.
Oh, it's a tie
Super Bowl
game.
tie game. Minute 23 left. 4th and goal.
My heart couldn't handle letting the defense go out there. I'm getting the first down. I'm running the clock out, and then I'm trying to kick that field goal with Dick.
4th and goal.
It's 4th and goal.
You got the score, or you turn it over.
Oh, I didn't see the goal.
Yeah, 4th
this
and
makes
goal.
it even harder. Athir.
Exactly.
I kick the field goal.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more of a conservative coach in general, but
sure,
I kick the field goal. All you have to do is hold them to a field goal, not let the other team score a touchdown. If they end up coming down and kicking a field goal, it's tied back up. You go to overtime anyways. So and again, there's a lot of situational stuff that goes into it. If it's 4th and 1, and say Derwin James had gotten hurt earlier in the game, and you're like, wow, I don't trust our defense right now. Or if it's like 51-51 and it's just an onslaught of scoring, I'm going for it. So if it's 4th and 1, and there's certain situations, then I'm probably going for it. But just in general, if it's like 4th and 5+, I'm going to kick the field goal and trust the defense to just hold them to at least a field goal.
That makes sense.
In the same position.
I think I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go for it. And then if they don't, they're trapped inside the 5 or wherever they are. And then you're still counting on the defense.
Yeah.
You're counting on the defense to step up big and shut them down there. Time runs out, or safety, baby. What a way to end a Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
Safety.
Wow.
Yeah. Khalil Mack We got Bosa coming off the edges. Everyone's healthy. The pocket collapses. Safety or a pick. God, the options are limitless.
I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you talking any fourth down. We go for it then this year.
I much prefer to have like that opposing team pinned really deep, like not have the whole field and everything you want to do, because you know that the defense is going to some kind of prevent.
But
and I've watched our defense get prevent.
Well, why would they not go to prevent if they stop us and they have 4th and goal or if they have?
But it's just different when you have more room to work, when you're not inside the 10. Like there's just a different kind of aggressive mentality.
So you're saying you trust the defense, but you don't trust the defense.
I trust the defense, the aggressive defense. I don't trust the hang back, let them dink and dunk underneath.
You're not going to get an aggressive defense when they have the ball at the 5 with a minute 20 to go.
You can pin it back a little bit more and go after them than playing. I've seen them.
But then you don't play with the
why
lead.
don't you stop interrupting me for a sec? For Jesus. Let me finish a thought.
Can't handle the debate. I'm just
but what if this?
I'm just.
but what if this?
All I'm saying is I've watched so many Charger games, and so have you, where you kick the field goal, you give them the ball back, and you play a crazy light prevent defense, and they Kelsey you. You know what I mean?
But that doesn't change. If you score a touchdown, you're still going to kick it off. They got a minute 20.
Yeah, but they have to score a touchdown. They don't have to kick a field goal.
But you look at it, worst case scenario, they don't score. You don't score. They
I'm
get the ball at
terrified.
5, you go into prevent defense.
Terrified of their opposing field goal kicker, because those guys whenever somebody needs to beat the Chargers, whatever kicker they have on the opposing team comes up with the most amazing kick of their fucking career.
So then they make we kick the field goal, and then if they kick their field goal, it's still tied.
But I don't want to tie, Kyle. What are you not understanding about my scenario here?
I want to lose, damn it.
I want to win. I want to win. I want to score and then make them score. Score a touchdown.
I guess I'm tainted because I just watched the Dolphins game over and we drove all the way down 4th and goal at the 1 and they stopped us. So
yeah,
I have a little bit of recency bias.
New offensive coordinator. It's going to be good.
It'll be curious to see what the offense does now with Kellen Moore. Like, are they going to be just as aggressive with Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator, or are they going to kind of back off on the pedal a little bit?
That is an interesting thought, but I think that it goes to Coach Staley. It's his philosophy as a head coach. You know, like he's the one saying, go for it.
Yeah.
It's not Kellen Moore like, hey, coach, we're going for it. And Coach Staley's like, oh, okay, cool.
Doesn't that feel like don't you think Coach would go for the touchdown, put it in his best player's hands, what they always tell us on All In, all those documentaries, everything he says about his players, put it in their hands and let them go in the game? That seems like what they would do.
He might. That doesn't mean it's the right decision. I'm just saying that I would kick the field goal, take the lead in the Super Bowl, and force them to come down and score a touchdown. That's what I would do.
There you go.
But that's kind of the traditional. That's what the analysts would get on Staley about, is going for it. So I just have a more traditional conservative play calling than Coach Staley.
Hey, so we can agree to disagree.
You and Athir. Athir said the same thing. He said he would take the lead.
Yeah, I would take the points for sure.
Take the field goal. All right, Athir, thank you for asking the question. And we go out of Ask Boltfam with Boltville 714, who asked the question.
Bolt fam, The Rock has been potentially waiting for some sort of breaking news or contract signing coming from the Chargers organization, but these jabronis got absolutely nothing for us. The only thing that The Rock is certain of is that this time of year absolutely, undoubtedly, unquestionably, 100% completely sucks. Now, The Rock does have some questions for the 4 of you, but first, finally, The Rock has come back to the Charger Chat podcast. That's right, 4 of you. Or did you guys think The Rock could forget about Craig? Is that what you thought? It doesn't matter what you thought. See The Rock and the millions
and millions
of Charger Chatteteers enjoy listening to Craig's segment. But The Rock often wonders, what in the blue hell is his beard regiment? Also, The Rock has wondered if you guys really ordered the Hot One sauces and wonders if you could use them for the grand finale of the Broad Bolt trivia game. Lastly, if you guys have any sauce bottles left, I recommend to find the nearest Raiders fan, shine those bottles up real nicely, pop them open, turn them some bitches sideways, and stick them straight up their candy asses. FTR, can't love you bye. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Can't do the people's eye.
It's hard. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I have the hot ones in my Amazon cart. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet.
Really?
I found the ones. I found basically 2 sauces for each one of us to have. It's not like the full array because that's like $50, but
yeah, that's
I have the sauces. As soon as I get back from my overseas trip that's coming up soon, I think we need to
I think we just do it week 1 when we're at the Airbnb before the game.
Oh, like in person? In person would be better.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe
let's do it together.
Okay, cool. I like that. See, we just
have
had a
him shipped
meeting
to Kyle then, because we can't take that.
No, I don't know if they'll let us carry that on the plane. That's a
you
weapon.
Just shove it right up your candy ass and you take it right on the plane.
Sideways.
All right. Well, as far as Craig's beard regimen, I don't know what it is.
Why don't you let us know your beard regimen? Because your beard is more intense than Craig's.
It is. I can't deny.
I know it has a regimen.
There is a
regimen. I told you, I'd have to kill you.
I told you to never ask that on the air, Kyle.
It's in my contract.
Yeah, I use I wash it obviously with some beard wash. I put some beard oil. I personally like the Gibbs beard oil. I think that's the best beard oil that I've ever used. And it's expensive too, but it's damn good.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, I got to treat yourself. Think I look this good on accident on the cheap going to Walmart? No, thank you.
Nope.
And yeah, I got to blow dry it. I got to use the round, which honestly, anybody that's on Patreon who has seen the documentary that Kevin put together when we went to draft, I forgot the round brush for like 5 minutes and Rue's like panicking. It's like I'm gonna look a fright. And if you watch it, there's a moment where like my beard looks slightly unkempt, and it's because I didn't have that brush. So it's a problem if you don't have the proper tools to take care of such a luscious beard. So yeah.
But I'll ask Craig for you. I'll see what he says.
Craig probably has honestly, I bet you Craig is just naturally
wakes up like that.
Just wakes up looking awesome.
He rolls out of
every
bed
day with that kind of a beard.
Done.
Yeah, he might like do like one of these things, and then he's like perfect. He's ready to go.
Gorgeous.
So, yeah.
Then
gorgeous.
He flexes in the mirror.
Gorgeous.
And then just walks out. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Boltville 714. Thank you for asking the question, and thank you everybody for asking questions and Ask Bolt fam. We greatly appreciate it. Quick note though, we are going to be doing a quick episode coming up here in just a couple of days. So anybody that wants to get in and Ask Bolt fam, it's not going to be a lot.
Thursday early evening, get them in by then.
Turnaround. Yeah, we got about a 2-day turnaround. So with the holidays coming up, as far as 4th of July, Kyle's going to be taking some extravagant trip. Kevin's going to be overseas again. We need to.
The time zones have stretched so far apart.
They're very thin.
It's impossible for Kyle and I to be in the same place at the same time.
Really a problem. So that doesn't mean that we're not going to get you guys content. Trust me, we're here to entertain, and entertain we will.
Oh, we will.
So so be prepared for a quick Ask Bolt fam on Wednesday. If you have any questions, that'll be the time to get them in by Thursday evening. That's the absolute latest. I will check right before we record. But until then, I think that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat. Any final thoughts there, gentlemen?
Yeah, I want to give a special shout out to my dad for his awesome storytelling. Really incredible. Just like brought me into the moment so vividly.
I don't know what I did.
So vividly. It's
I don't know what I did to
It's like I
upset
closed
him.
my eyes and it was a movie seeing Kevin crying on the sideline.
I don't know why he did me that dirty. I don't understand. A lot of people listen to
Yeah, he
this.
talked about you crying and Kyle like having to go back out there like
The toughest
Adjusting my
10-year-old
stance
of all
and
time.
yes.
And I have like one tear because I was laying on my side. Such
Dude,
a
I think
bullshit
He
story.
was digging into the
a lot of
basement
people
for a
listen to
good
this, Dad.
story.
You're such a dick.
That's the only story you could find.
that's
dude.
Dad. He's a dick.
That's Dad. That's Dave. He's a dick.
That's the last time you go saying that you like Papa Bulldog more than our Papa.
I just next 3 dogs, 1 dog. I'm just
Frozen? Did he just freeze?
no.
He's frozen.
I gotcha.
Psych.
All right.
That was
Good.
pretty
Dave
good.
strikes back.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive. All right, well, that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Hey, love you, bye.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
When watching a Chargers season alone, any game can become a tragedy. However, with any of the Charger Chat podcast's 3 hosts, positivity can be summoned immediately. Whether in the bathroom.
Help! I'm about to drown myself in my tub or toilet water after the lead we just blew in the second half.
At home.
Help! We just won the division for the first time since 2009, and I have no one to share it with because I live in the Republic of Tajikistan!
And on the go.
Help! I have a long commute to my job and need something uplifting before I project Travis Kelce onto this old lady and Derwin James her into the interstate wall for not doing the speed limit.
Don't worry. Positivity is on the way. Charger Chat saves a Chargers fan every Tuesday with shamelessly positive and hilarious content. Common side effects of not listening to the Charger Chat podcast during a Chargers season may include headaches, skin flushing, and upset stomach. A stuffy nose and nosebleeds are also possible, but it's essential to watch for more severe problems, like an erection lasting longer than 4 hours or vision changes. Stop listening to mainstream media and subscribe to the Charger Chat podcast immediately on any available streaming services if these effects occur. Be sure to act now and join our special 10 subscription and you'll receive an exclusive Charger Chat patch, access to monthly Zoom Hangouts, and your specialty-made Petri Dish baby. Survival of Petri Dish baby through postal mail or that it will grow to be a Chargers fan is not guaranteed. Charger Chat Podcast. Welcome to the party, pal. K-Love-y bye.